Evening, folks. So I would like to tell you a story. Don't mind the dings, it's just somebody texting me. But I would like to tell you a story, a true story, about my grandfather. My grandfather, my mom's dad, not my dad's dad. My dad's dad worked at the experimental farm in World War II, and he was one of the technicians that worked on the Lancaster bombers. That's not the story that I want to talk about tonight. The story I want to talk about tonight is my mom's dad, my grandfather, Len Bishop. And he was, when he retired after World War I, World War II, and Korea, he was the regimental sergeant major for the Royal Engineers. He was the reason that I chose to go into the military, because I never really had a choice about going into the military, because the judge offered me a choice of you either go to jail or you join the military. So I made the right choice. My grandfather, my mom's dad, he was an engineer. He was as the U.S. military would call it, he was a CB. But my grandfather, my mom's dad, was one of the Royal Engineers. You know, build bombs, blow up bridges, build bridges, all that other good stuff. That was him. And during World War II, when he went to Normandy, it was during the D-Day, and he landed at one of the beaches. I'm not sure which one, but he landed at one of the beaches and he survived. He made it through that. I think it was Juneau, I'm not quite sure. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it was Juneau. And he carried on from there. Lived all the way through that, lived all the way through World War II. He wouldn't talk about anything war-wise with my father. My father never served. He always thought he knew all about the military, he always thought he knew all about the army, but he never served. And my grandfather and I one day were talking when they were out to visit, and I had just joined the army, and we were talking as military people do. And my dad walked into the room, and the conversation went silent, and my dad got all pissed off because he was like, well, how come you guys won't talk about all this stuff when I'm around? And we both looked at him, and my grandfather said, I didn't have to say a thing. My grandfather said to him point blank, you never served, so you don't need to know all of this stuff that we're talking about, because what we're talking about, we went through. This is after I had already been through, oh my God, 1, 2, 3. I'd already been through 5 different combat scenarios, combat situations, combat locations, and I'll leave it at that. And my grandfather knew about all of this stuff because I talked to him about it. But my dad wanted desperately to know all about this stuff so he could brag about it. And we both looked at him and going like, no, we're not talking about this. We just both clammed up and my dad, my pop got all pissed off. You know, Pop got, well, how shall I say this? He got very, very vocal and very opinionated about the fact that my grandfather and I would not talk to him about our experiences. Well, you know, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. And my father didn't. So I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. He was a good man, my dad. He was a good man. He was an insurance salesman. He was good at insurance sales. He was good at car sales and truck sales. He was good at land sales because he was a realtor at one point in time. But you know what? He never served. And my grandfather went through World War I, World War II, and part of Korea. Myself, I went through Namibia, Rwanda, Bosnia, Kosovo, Iraq, and Afghanistan, and a few other places that I'm not allowed to talk about. But my grandfather and I had great respect for the fact that we could talk about all of these things and nothing would go anywhere. That is something that I will always cherish, because I never got a chance to even talk to anybody about this stuff until I was able to talk to my grandfather. And he passed away before my father did. My father always cursed me for the fact that I would not talk to him about it. And I just told him, Dad, Pops, you know what? You never served. You don't need to know about this stuff. Let it go. And he wouldn't. And when he passed, he was still all upset that I'd never talked to him about it, because he figured, well, I'm your dad, I'm your pops. You need to tell me this stuff. But no, unless you've served, you do not need to know the kind of stuff that goes on. And I'm being honest with you. If you have not served, don't ask. If you know, you know. If you don't know, don't ask. Because veterans will not tell you what they've gone through unless you've served. And talking with a veteran, talking with a warrior, is a completely different conversation. I'm a warrior. I've always been a warrior. I've gone through so many different conflicts, and I still won't talk about it with anybody that has not served in those places. What I'm saying in this video is, please respect and understand that veterans who have served in combat roles, in combat positions, will not voluntarily just blah, blah, blah tell you all of this bullshit that you want to hear, because they keep those stories right in here to themselves and to the people that they actually served with. I'm sick and tired of all of these people that keep asking me, well, what did you do? Where did you go? What were you doing? It's something that I call a one-word thing. It's nunya. And when they say, what's nunya? I say, nunya damn business. So let it go. And they don't understand that. They get all upset. But you know what? For all of us veterans that do know, and all of those veterans of us that have done and been there, I respect each and every single one of you. And I can hope only that you respect me for where I've been to. I'm not going any further than that. For the veterans that know, we know. For the other ones that don't know and keep asking questions, it's none of you. I've got your 6, boys and girls. I've got your 6. A lot of people don't understand that either, but that's okay. I lost my wife on the 28th of December. It's now the 26th of February, so almost 2 months. And I am, oh my God, I'm in a space where I don't know how to explain it. I always thought I would go first, but I never got that option. And I never got the option to say goodbye either. And that's what hurts the most. My wife, my beautiful bride, my love of my life. I will always love her. She will always be number one in my life. And I will never, ever find anybody else like her again. I know that. She was the second time lightning struck me. I don't ever expect to get struck by lightning like that again. And I'm quite happy being alone. I don't like being lonely, but I'm quite happy and comfortable with being alone. Not that that's my wish, but you know what? I don't want to put anybody else through that. I love each and every one of you, all of my subscribers. You are all very much a part of my heart. I wish nothing but the best for all of you. But the stuff I'm going through right now is difficult to say the least, and incredibly hard to say the most. But I still love each and every one of you, and I want each and every one of you to be safe. Please keep your heads on a swivel. Please stay safe. Please protect you and yours. And please, please look after yourselves first. Prep Rebel Actual, out.